Okay, so there are things that people attach specifically to controllers, right? And we all know aimbot, right? That's the PC thing. Aimbot is the PC gig that basically makes it so that you just trash people like crazy. We've all seen it in games. I'm sure we've all been killed by people with it, right? So we know what that is. It's pretty obvious to sniff that out, right? We know. Don't give up on Warzone, man. Don't do that. I mean, that's what sucks about it. So many people feel that way, right? But it's like we love the game. We just don't love the cheating, right? I mean, the game is awesome. I mean, I really like the game. The concept, the engine is good. The gameplay is good. The graphics are great. Everything about it is good except for the cheating. But anyway, so if you can see on the screen the strike pack right there, this one happens to be for the Xbox controller. And basically speaking, if you're not familiar with it, it attaches to the controller and the actual controller itself at the bottom, and you can see it has paddles right here, so it acts like a scuff. Okay, so you have programmable paddles, and that's what it's hiding or disguising itself as, right? So when someone's using that, it's visible on the controller, and that's why a lot of people, streamers especially, have stopped using these because, you know, at some point right in the stream something's gonna happen. They're gonna throw their hands up in the air and you see the back of their controller, boom, strike pack, you're busted, right? So people are going away from this, but a lot of people that are not streamers, that don't have cameras, they are still using these quite a bit. Wait, hold on. An Elite 2 is not the same thing. No, that's not cheater dub, and you know that too. Come on. That is a mod on a controller that I think is perfectly fine. It just modifies the way that it uses it, just like if you have a mouse and keyboard and you modify the way that it goes. Lord of War, what's going on, man? Yeah, we're just doing a little chatting. We're talking about the state of cheating in the game. And if you're on TikTok, jump on over to Twitch. Links in the bio. So this is what people are using, right? But if you're not familiar, there's a lot of mods on this that you can configure. Different type of mapping. You can look at, there's rapid fire. So basically, if you have a semi-automatic, it turns it into a full auto. Drop shot, so you automatically hit the deck every time you shoot. Quick scope, we all have been quick scoped before. Ooh, that's hard to say. Yeah. And a lot of times the back button attachments, yeah. Yep. That's the part that's fine. If you're using these other things, right? If you're using drop shot, quick scope, and there's also like an anti-recoil thing, but I will say that this strike pack is so far from what I'm about to show you that it's not even funny. Francisco, what's up? What's going on TikTok, man? Hey, we're over on Twitch chatting about cheating in Warzone. So if you want to hit the link in the bio, come on over and check it out. So honestly, these are not as bad, but you know, it's still a mod that's not supposed to be. And what bugs me about it the most is you can buy them at GameStop. Now, if you're using this as a cheap way to use paddles, but you're not using any of the quote unquote cheats, then it's whatever, man. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's a big deal. You can actually get what is it? Dub, you said you had the Elite. The Elite's not too bad. I think they're like $75-$80. And by the time you buy a $60 controller and then you put this on it, you're already into it for $85 anyways. So honestly, just get an Elite controller. Have the PS4 paddles. Okay, yeah. That's all good. That's all good. Okay, now the next thing, right, is the Cronus Zen. Now, does everybody know what the Cronus Zen is? Because this is a straight up cheat. This is a hack. No question about it. This thing you plug into your computer and program it to do things that are basically aimbot for a controller and console. So it's $100. Like I said, if you want, you can set up literally, it goes buy the game. Oh yeah, it's totally a hack setup. If you can go buy the game, you can go buy the gun even. And just put whatever you want on it. If you want it rapid fire, if you want quick scope, if you want aimbot, you name it, it will do it for you. And what the streamers especially like about these here, Toro, how you doing on TikTok, man? We're just chatting on Twitch right now. If you hook it up to your controller, you can see how I pointed at it like you guys are going to be able to see that. Okay, if you see these, this is where you hook up your controller, and then out the backside, it goes to the console. Here's where you hook it up to your computer. And it also does Bluetooth, so you don't even have to have it connected. So remember, like I was saying with the strike pack, if somebody is like, throwing their hands in there, you can see their strike pack. With this Zen, you're never going to see it. So, and it's much more strong, much more programmable, so people can just straight up cheat. That's one thing that's going on. So and honestly, I know some guys are really fast with sniper rifles, especially like the Kar 98. The Swiss is becoming very popular as well. They're very fast. But to me, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I can tell the difference between somebody who's really fast with a sniper rifle and somebody who is just it's head snapping and they're cheating. They have the quick scope on. There's a difference between being good and cheating, and you can tell when you see it. So that's what this is. Okay, this is a straight up hack. This is not okay, right? And again, you can buy it at GameStop. It's kind of crazy, right? Frisky, what's going on, man? How you doing today? Yeah, we're talking about cheating today, and then we're gonna play some games with some cheaters. Not on my team though. Not on my team. So anyways, those are the two things that are attaching to controllers. And then, like I said, of course, that there's aimbot for PC. So those guys are doing, I experience this stuff all the time in Warzone. Yeah. Yep. So wall hacks are kind of interesting because that I don't believe you can do on a Zen. I believe that is part of the aimbot on a PC. I'm not completely positive though. But in the videos I was watching of this Zen, I was not seeing anything about wall banging. So take that for what you will. So does everybody know who Swag is from FaZe Clan? You guys know who he is? Big streamer. I mean, he doesn't get like Nick Merck's Tim the Tatman numbers, but he gets like 7,000 to 12,000 people watching him at a time. Risky, you know who he is? You like him? You think he's good? Has anybody seen a video of him admitting he uses a Zen? So I'm going to see, hopefully I have you've not seen it? Okay, good, because I have it right here. Now, this is a guy, he's basically critiquing the whole situation. And you'll see, okay, so you see in the corner here, this is Swag. He's got his FaZe Clan thing in the back. And he is, of course, we all know FaZe Clan and some of the other clans, the biggest tournament players, blah, blah, blah. I think we all know that, right? So I've got this queued up, and you're going to hear him engage in a fight and then listen to what he says. Y'all ready? Here we go.
What the f was that? Hey, what?
Oh my god.
Hey, bro. What is this bullshit?
What?
My Zen's not working.
Okay, what did he just say? Run it back?
My Zen's not working.
Now, I don't know if it gets any more clear than that, right? My Zen's not working. That's what he said. My Zen's not working.
What?
My Zen's not working.
Okay. So, you're going to keep your fingers quiet? Why? Now I want to know. Okay, so he's using a Cronus Zen. Uh-huh. A fast processor for inputs? That's not what it's for. It's made specifically for anti-recoil, aimbot, quick scope, drop shot, and it's programmed per weapon. It can make rapid fire out of a single shot gun. You know, like when the DMR was meta and people were shooting it so damn fast you couldn't understand how. It's because they had rapid fire on. So, but if you don't know the Zen, okay, I encourage you to take a look at it and see what you think of it. It is a straight up cheat. And he's saying, wait, there's no far. It was cheating. He was using one. You killed him for it. That's funny. Okay, just don't know if that was a thing, because like if you use Bluetooth compared to wire controllers, it's faster. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. No, that I don't think that's it. Now that thing is wired and wireless, so you can do it either way, but it is like literally look at videos on how to program it. It's the craziest thing ever, man. I should have pulled it up so you guys could see like what they do, but you hook it up to your computer, you tell it what gun you're using in what game. It has all the games loaded. It's like, are you playing Warzone? Are you playing Rebirth? Are you playing Cold War? Are you playing Modern Warfare? Okay, which guns are you using? Okay, what cheats do you want on them? You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, that's just crazy. So anyways, I show you that because even after this, right, even after Swag was caught doing this, he is still the most or not the most popular, but one of the most popular FaZe Clan players. People still watch him. 15,000 people at a time are still watching him on Twitch and subbing and giving him money and thinking he's a great player, when he just said, I'm a cheater. Now, even more so, like, wrong than that is the owners of FaZe Clan and what they did about it. Quite honestly, all the clans are a little bit overrated, in my opinion. It's like, if you're a tournament player and you got your friends and you want to play tournaments with them, cool. I mean, of course they made clans, but people think that the people in these clans are like the best players in the world, and some of them are really good. But a lot of them are doing this, and that's what irritates me, right? Is they're good, but you know, like this guy probably has a 5.6 KD, and it's because he's using a Zen. Well, then what's his KD in real life? 2.5? He's still a great player. You saw right there when his Zen stopped working, he was still melting dudes, but it just wasn't hitting him in the head. And because it wasn't hitting him in the head, he wasn't dropping them immediately, and he couldn't figure out why. And I have heard or seen on YouTube people talking about a Zen just will stop working in the middle of a game. It just loses its programming for whatever reason. So he's still a good player. It's just he wants to get that edge because he wants to make those trick shots, those crazy shots that people are so accustomed to seeing, and they get, you know, 1 million views and likes on TikTok and blah, blah, blah. That's what he's trying to do to keep his brand up. And unfortunately, I don't think it's appropriate. Now, like I said, the biggest problem or bigger problem that I have is that there's people that...
You're mad, I'm back. Big mad, he's mad, she's mad, big sad, ha don't care, stay mad.
Thank you for that, Hondo. Hondo thinks I'm mad. My day is going good, man. We're just we're talking about cheating in Warzone and the state of affairs with it. So I'm not mad. I'm just saying. Okay. So anyways, like I was saying, Yeah, it's totally out of hand, Hondo. Okay, so recap, right? FaZe Clan swag using a Zen, but here's the problem. Another problem with it is you got guys like Nick Merckx, right? Nick Merckx is a co-owner of FaZe Clan, right? Now, look in this video clip, okay? In this video clip, he's talking to Tim the Tapman. They're in between games and they're chatting. Tim asks him about the Kronos, mispronouncing it. I don't know if on purpose or not, but whatever, right? He's mispronouncing it, and he's asking Nick about the Cronus. And look what he says. And look at his attitude about it.
Chronos?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, Chronos Max? That's what Swag uses.
Hold on.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, the Cronus Max? That's what Swag uses. It like it controls the recoil. Like you can set the recoil so there isn't any. You can
Can I have that?
yeah, you gotta buy it though.
How much is it?
I swear, I don't know.
Oh, are we doing quads, bro?
Okay, could you guys hear that okay, or was it kind of quiet? It seemed like it was kind of quiet, huh? But he's... Yeah, I think it was kind of quiet. Could you guys get the gist, though? So basically what he said was... Tim asked him, what's the Cronus? And he said, oh, the Cronus Zen? Oh, that's what Swag uses. And he's like, Tim said, can I get that? And he says to him, he said, I don't know, ask Swag, as he's like eating nonchalantly, no big deal. And this is why nothing's ever going to happen about cheating, because you got the co-owner of FaZe Clan saying, whatever. You got Swag still using it, people still watching, so Twitch is loving it. Call of Duty's loving the exposure. None of them care, right? It doesn't matter to them because they're all making money. So what does it matter, right? That's my whole point of this entire conversation, is that nothing's going to happen until somebody starts doing something about the cheaters. And if this is the reaction from the co-owner of FaZe Clan, who you would think would care about the integrity of his clan, doesn't even care. I don't think anything's ever going to happen with cheating, unfortunately. I mean, would y'all agree with that, or you think I'm out of my mind? Cool. Yeah. So cool. Thank you, Frisky. All right. I'm glad you guys agree, because I hope it wasn't just me. Adapt and overcome. Absolutely. So that kind of dude, Ward, that was the perfect segue, man. I knew I liked you. So that kind of brings me into like, well, what can you do as a gamer? Yeah, I mean, and I understand Dub's position there. There's no adapt, right? Because how can you, if someone's just headshotting, what can you do about it, right? Well, to adapt and overcome, obviously people on controllers have aim assist, right? Besides this whole cheating. You have to change your play style. Tell me about that, Frisky. Like, well, I mean, what do you do? What do you do that you think can kind of help combat that? You know, I mean, aside from just staying in buildings so people can't see you, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what we want to do, obviously, right? Riot shields and stuns. Yes. Maybe that's why they made riot shields. Yeah, instead of playing fast and loose, be more careful. Right. You don't want to be the guy running out in the open, right? Because somebody's just going to spin on you and take you out. I completely agree with that. Moving fast vehicles. Yep. Yeah, but if they're full on aimbotting, they'll still be able to tag you. You know that. You know. Yeah, I hate camping too, bud. I mean, I hate being locked down in a building and just chilling there. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that I like to be on building tops. I like to be sniping people. I like to move. from building to building, repositioning and getting on people. But I hate just sitting in a building and camping. But honestly, the only way for cheaters not to get you is for you to sit in a corner. Honestly. So, but there's other things that we can do, right? I mean, we can obviously, like, if you're on a controller, you have aim assist, and there's different levels for that. You know, I always like to stay out of my corners. Yeah, War owns those. But hey, I mean, if that's what works. And that's the other thing. Everyone hates camping. I mean, I get so much crap from people for camping. And really, when I'm camping, or what people call camping for me, is being a roof rat, is just being on top of a roof. And in my opinion, is I'm taking advantage of a target-rich environment. I'm at elevation, putting shots down on people. Yeah, I agree with that, Dub. The shooting through the walls is kind of crazy to me. I feel like they have to have aimbot for that in some way, because if they can't see where you are on the other side of the wall, it's hard to know exactly where to shoot. And you see some of these where they'll shoot them through the wall, and they hit them in the head twice and they're down with an AR. And you're like, okay, wait, what? Wait a minute, do you have a sniper while on the roof? Of course I have a sniper. I always have my Kar 98 or my HDR. Why is that considered camping now? I don't know, you tell me. I call it being strategic. I do too. Okay, not a camper. All right, good. All right. 90% of COD community uses walls. Can you explain that? Are you saying they're using it shooting through that like we were talking about, or are you saying that they're using it strategically for cover? Yeah, Lives agreeing. Yep. Yeah. No, like wall hacks. Okay, yeah. Yes, a lot of people are using wall hacks. Hey, what's going on TikTok? We're just chatting about cheating in Warzone on Twitch. If you want to follow the link in the bio, you can join up with us. No. They can see the whole body and movement. Okay, so here's something kind of interesting, and I don't even know what this is. Bud, maybe you can chime in on this too. So when I got my first PC, and I've since gotten rid of it because it wasn't that great, it had an older graphics card, which was like a what was it? An R9 390 AMD. So it wasn't that great, and I had to dumb down my things. But if I was like if I was in a building, okay, and there's someone in a building next to me, I'm looking through a window, I can see their silhouette moving. It distorts the wall, and there was no hacks on whatsoever. And I'm thinking to myself, well, how is that? Hey, what's going on TikTok there, man? I'm sorry, guys, I just said, but we're on Twitch. We're just chatting about Warzone and cheating and stuff, and then we're going to play some games, man. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. My link's in the bio to Twitch if you want to come hang out with us on Twitch, and you'll see everybody else's chat and everything too. That happens all the time in PUBG. Okay, so I wonder if that's a graphics card thing or if that is necessarily a hack. I mean, it wasn't a hack when I was doing it. It was weird. It was just something I saw. And then if I could see where they were, of course, I could beam them straight through a wall. Hacks every day, even in Rebirth. That sucks in Rebirth because Rebirth is hard enough, dude. Hard enough right now. Of course, I've only been playing it for 2 days, so. Yeah, I agree with that on War. I agree on that. In PUBG, you can see their guns poking through. Frisky, you can see that on Warzone too. Sometimes when they're laying down on a building, their feet will pop through or something like that. I mean, you can see that. You could see that on Warzone as well. Hold on. The run and gun players should be able to counter it. Yeah, I mean they can if they get in close and fast, right? They can definitely do some damage to people. Yeah, look next time. What's up, Icy? How you doing today, man? We're just chatting on some Warzone cheating. So I mean, yeah, you can see that stuff PUBG. I think that's on everything, Dub. I think PUBG, I think the graphics are just not that good. I'm curious to see if they come out with the new one like they said they're going to, and the graphics are better and everything. I'm curious to see how that game does. I wonder if it's going to be a popular game, or if the engine's going to be a little bit better and the graphics will be a little bit better, and see how that goes. We shall see. Yeah. Oh, you heard it's canceled? Oh, that sucks. Last I heard it was on, but that's why I said if it comes out, because you can't really, those smaller companies, smaller games, you just really can't count on anything until it actually happens. Oops. Would incorporate maps into PUBG. That would be good.
How bad are you?
Oh, hold on. Pause. Okay. Yeah. That's too bad. I was looking forward to that game coming out. So, anyway, there's another thing. So for those of you guys who play on PC and use a mouse, which is probably not too many, but there's another thing that PC players have, because or mouse players, I should say, because we know on controller, whether you're on PC or you're on console, right? You have a aim assist is what they call it, right? Like the tracking slows down when you're near a target, that sort of thing. We can go into that for a second too. Battlefield 2042. I'm gonna talk about that probably next week on a just chatting. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I want to see how the cheating goes. I think they're going to have a better anti-cheat than Warzone does, and that may cost Warzone some players, honestly. However, I did also hear that 2042 is not going to have a battle royale. They're going to have large map warfare, but not a battle royale type game. Yeah. Bud, do you use a controller, or I thought you were a PC player, but I could be wrong. But you could be using a controller on PC. No, they won't. They might have something similar. They won't have something better. Yeah, you're on controller. Okay. So yeah, you get a little bit of assist on there, and then, but this is when I was 3 months ago. I was on console. I was on PlayStation 4. I thought that the PC mouse players had a lot better aim assist and control, and what I found was you have a lot better control if you've got practice and skill and time under your belt. If you don't, it's hard, and you got to learn the sensitivity. Hold on. Dogs are freaking out. You got to learn the sensitivity. You got to learn the DPI that you want, the dots per square inch. That's what controls sensitivity in another aspect. You got to learn all that stuff and get all that down before you can really get good at it. Frisky recoil control. I mean, as far as recoil control goes on a mouse, it's the same as on controller. You got to hold down on your D-pad, on your right D-pad on controller, and you got to just move down on the mouse. So it's pretty much the same. But what I wanted to show you guys is they're starting to come out with gaming mouse like these, and let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. So you see this little paddle on the side. So there's the two buttons, one in front, one in back. That's pretty standard on a mouse. You can program that. Like my back one is to switch my weapon, and my front one is to punch somebody. That's just what I use. That little paddle that's in front of it, though, that your thumb can hit, that is a DPI controller. No, not rapid fire. That would be cheating. That is a DPI controller. So let's say I'm running 800 DPI, which, if you don't know, it's dots per inch. And if there's more dots in the inch, then it's going to pick it up more frequently, and the mouse is going to move faster, right? That right there. So I use 800 DPI, and I use about a 3 sensitivity on my mouse. Okay, which is probably a heck of a lot lower than what a lot of you are using on controller. Yeah, lowers DPI. Yep, exactly. So you hold that down just as you hold your ADS, and mine will go from a 800 DPI to a 200 DPI, just like that. And then that way, if I panic and move my hand around, it won't. It doesn't pull off the guy so much, and I don't get wrecked. That's pretty much how that works. But it's a button you have to push. It's not automatic like on a controller. Sounds like a handicap to me. The Corsair K65 has it as well? Okay. Yeah, Hondo, I think we were talking about that before. You're still on controller. Just learn it. I will say this, once you learn playing on a mouse, I think if you could learn it and start developing a skill, and this goes for anybody, you could be a much better player on a mouse than on a controller. And I think that's because the programming and what sensitivity settings and all that are far more vast than what you get in a controller. So I think if you can hone in on what are my skills, what can I do, and how can I do it better and practice, I think you can be better. I know, Elite, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I know you're a good player. You get dubs all day. I know, but but I'm saying, if you can figure out a mouse completely, I think it's a better way to go. It was garbage. I was garbage at first too. It doesn't work that good on keys. Okay, let me show you guys another thing. I didn't even think about this, but okay, so Razer Tartarus. This is a very, very good tool to help you. I think I was telling Hondo about this. It's a very, very good tool to help you transition your left hand and your movement, because you see that stick. So your left hand, your movement is still on a stick. So then it leaves, you have 19 keys right there, 20 keys actually, for all the other buttons that you need. And you can have your 3 fingers, right, your forward, left, right, and back, freed up so that you can use them for different things, such as reload or hold your breath or jump, squat, whatever, pull up your map, tactical, whatever. So those are the things I use to combat the cheaters and to transition myself from controller. I don't think that I'm quite as good as I was on controller when I was using it mostly. But I'm getting better, and I can tell I'm getting better. That's why I also use tracker.gg. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it tracks your gaming stats weekly on pretty much every first-person shooter game you can think of. And I can track and I can see week over week that I'm getting better. So just by KD and damage and whatnot. Yeah, it's not bad on Amazon at all. And that other controller, you guys, the let's see, this one here, what was it on Amazon? $49. I mean, that's not expensive. So, you know, you're looking at maybe $120 for both of them, whereas some of those gaming keyboards go for $120 themselves. So there you have it. Yeah, Hondo, my moderator tried to keep you from saying bitchin'. It's on lockdown. It's on lock. So, what else? Yeah, I'll let you have it. I'll let you have that one. That's pretty much it as far as chatting goes, guys. I mean, yeah. um, but I mean, if you make the switch, I recommend people do it because, like I said, I think it's a little bit better. But to each his own. You know, I mean, like Nick Merckx still uses a controller, and he has the highest end scuff controller you can get. And you know that dude's settings, I looked up his settings. His ADS, he uses a 1-to-1. I mean, so he's using like an 8 sensitivity on his controller, and he has a 1.0 ADS sensitivity. Like, he wants no slowdown whatsoever, which is kind of crazy. Dark Pulse, what's up, man? What's going on? We're just chatting on Twitch right now about cheating and gaming in general, and we're going to play some games here in a little bit. Who's down? Who wants to play some Rebirth or something? I know Dub wants to play. Max sensitivity 1.8 dead zone. So tell me, Elite, a 1.8 dead zone, why do you use so high? Is it because you get stick drift, or do you like it that way for another reason? Right on, Pulse. Come on over. Okay, so war's on. Watch, you're gonna see Hondo. You're gonna see Dub come in and play, and you're gonna hear him just like cussing like crazy. Even if I'm streaming, he's got no filter whatsoever. Okay, so you had it on max so that you could turn on people. I get that. That is one thing that I like about the mouse too, is I just have to keep swinging and I can turn pretty fast. But okay, so you have a little bit more of a dead zone, I'm assuming, because what's going on, Pulse? Welcome over. I'm assuming you have a little bit more of a dead zone so that it's not like an immediate swing around, right? Yeah, Dub, they don't want to hear your wife, man. She got potty mouth. Potty mouth. Sensitivity is 9.9. Wow. Wow. I'm on. I assume, Pulse, that you're on controller then. That's funny. So Dub has been a tech for a while. I used to manage a Firestone shop, or a few of them, for like 8 years. So there's a lot of auto mechanics in here. 6.6. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to pull too hard. That's kind of what I figured. Your ADS is 1-to-1? Really? All right, so there's another one that likes that 1-to-1. I like mine on controller to slow down a little bit. I seem to pull around too much when I'm aiming, and that's just a fault of mine. I don't know if it's like a panic, whatever, you know what I mean? But I try to like move with them or anticipate where they're moving, and I seem to pull off. So I like to be able to slow it down and lessen the movement a little bit. Going back up to 13. 13 is high, dude. High. Oh, you're getting a PC. Nice. Are you going to switch to mouse and key? 13.6 sensitivity. Wow, that's you guys are really high on your sensitivity. 1-to-1 is like midway, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think if you're all the way up, I mean, Dub, if you're at 6 and 1-to-1, that's one thing. But if you're at like 10 to 13 and you're 1-to-1, that's crazy. 13.6. Yeah, the 1-to-1 is the default. Yeah, yeah. So you just left it. I got you. Yeah, that is different. That is a little bit different. That 13.6. That's not norm, really. What can I say? I'm a weird guy. I said different. They said weird. I just want to point that out. 2. I mean, I believe it. I believe it, Elite. That I mean, it's got to be a little bit lower, otherwise, or lower than normal because. Well, no, 2 would be higher. Not a 2.0, right? Like a 0.2? Because that would be really high, I think. Or am I thinking about that wrong? Wow. All right, you got some high sensitivity, my man. High sensitivity, that's for sure. All right, I'm gonna load the game up. Unless anybody has anything else they want to say or talk about with this stuff. I'm going to load up the game. I want to know why. Like, none of the other presets are doing anything. See if this will even work. It's not even working. Okay, I'm going to have to reset my chatbot. The link doesn't work. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? I think my chatbot stopped working. I think that's what it is, because none of the timed stuff is working. So I'm going to reset it right now and see what happens. Yeah, if you guys, I think I said it earlier, but if you check out that Raise Energy, go to that website and they have the on-the-go packs and their energy drinks that are in powder form and they're individually packaged and they're like $1 each. Like the cheapest energy drink you can get. Okay, it's all logged in. I'm gonna test the command. Is it vegan? Dude, that's a good question. I don't know. Okay, so now that's working. So all the links are working except for that raise energy. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, you can look them up online. Put in my gamer tag, get 15% off. It's actually pretty cool. Is it possible to not be vegan? Yeah, that's. I mean, oh well, if there's some animal byproduct in it. We have vegan energy drink down here. Oh. All right, let me get out of this. We're